Good evening and welcome to the 2019 Manufacturing Excellence Awards. Prior to starting this program, I just want to make sure everyone is silencing their mobile devices, and please, of course, continue to enjoy your dinner as the program begins. My name is Holly Chilson. I'm an anchor, reporter, and producer at Fox WZAW and News Channel 7 here in Wausau, and it's my privilege to be your master of ceremonies for the evening. The Chamber would like to thank Custom Modal for their presenting sponsorship of this evening's events. Here is a brief video of Custom Modal.
Getting quotes, finding a truck that could get here today, it just takes a lot of time, and we're getting busier and busier. Custom Modal has become our logistics department. Mike and his team manage all of our inbound and outbound shipping.
Custom Modal, your local RRD logistics agency, serves central Wisconsin manufacturers by providing integratable freight, logistics, and supply chain management services designed to help you manage inbound and outbound freight from a strategic point of view and at a lower cost. Most manufacturing operations start small, and as they grow, outsource many functions. While your company is certainly capable of managing logistics, is it the best use of your labor and capital? Benefits of outsourcing to a logistics provider include freight rate savings, soft savings from labor reduction, process improvement, and shipment visibility, the ability to scale up or down easily to accommodate growth or seasonality, risk reduction, both financial risk and knowledge risk, access to low-cost or no-cost transportation management IT, and the ability to transition from tactical involvement in freight to strategic management of your supply chain.
We don't know if we're getting the best price. We don't have time to call every carrier. We don't know how to tell if there's savings to be had. It's all about trust. Mike worked hard to make us feel his team was an extension of our team.
RRD is a 150-year-old, financially secure Fortune 300 organization that leveraged its global scale, freight buying power, and IT expertise to create a perennial inbound logistics top 100 award-winning platform. The RRD logistics platform ensures you great freight rates and shipment visibility in a best-in-class cloud-based solution. Custom Modal is your local team of freight and supply chain experts, building meaningful personal relationships to generate value beyond just low rates. Custom Modal's operations-focused team understands your strategy, business, and culture, allowing you to shift focus from tactical to strategic through metrics customized for your business.
Are you ready to learn more? Relationships take time to build. So invite me over for a cup of coffee, and let's sit down and explore the possibilities in your unique situation.
Thank you again to Custom Modal for presenting this evening's event. Also, a huge thank you to all this evening's sponsors. Our platinum sponsors, Ansay & Associates LLC, Ruderware LLSC. Our gold sponsors, Clifton Larson Allen and Ellis Construction. Our silver sponsor, MBE CPAs. Our bronze sponsors, the Dirks Group LLC, Incredible Bank, Mutual of Wausau Insurance Corporation, RMM Solutions Inc., Wisconsin River Partners. And our media sponsor, WSAW WZAW, our video sponsor, US Work Stories, and our live production sponsor, Gem Productions. Let's give them a round of applause. This evening, we are celebrating not only Wisconsin's Manufacturing Month, but more specifically, excellence in manufacturing in the Wausau region. This evening's program will feature a keynote on the future, that is, of manufacturing, and will honor the achievements of 6 area manufacturers who are committed to growing our region's economy and giving back to our community. The state of Wisconsin has declared October as Manufacturing Month. This month is all about celebrating and promoting the industry and highlighting the rewarding careers and education within the industry. Manufacturing is the #1 contributor to Wisconsin's economy, producing more than $63 billion in total output in 2018-2019% of Wisconsin's total gross domestic product. Additionally, the state's more than 9,000 manufacturers employ nearly 475,000 people. To kick off this evening's program, I ask that Dave Eggman, President CEO of the Greater Wausau Chamber of Commerce, share some thoughts about manufacturing. Dave?
Thank you. So, thanks for being here tonight. Most of you know that I'm very passionate about manufacturing. And before I get into this, I want to tell a tale of skateboards. So, the wheels are not there. My wife took them off because she's afraid to hurt myself. But I keep this in my office. And people say, what's this about? Well, this is a 7-ply white maple, rock hard maple, layup skateboard we used to make for Santa Cruz Skateboards, a national brand out in Santa Cruz, California. Our business on one side made over 1 million of these in the life of the company up in River Lake, Wisconsin. And on the other side we had cabinets. But I want to really talk about this. And why I love manufacturing. I lived in it, I work with my folks. And it's a tale because we celebrate manufacturing, vitally important to Wisconsin, north central Wisconsin, our community. This board, when we started making these back in the 80s, we did everything by hand. You would have to hand drill with a Milwaukee electric drill the holes, total inaccuracy. Nothing like we see today in the precision of CNC manufacturing. Took a lot of people to make this. Even today, making a skateboard is more of a handcrafted item than it is anything else. We eventually moved into an automation process after in an R8 pin router accident at the factory. One of the workforce was cutting this and put his hand into the R8 pin router. If you know an R8 pin router, did some damage. And we moved into an automation. The only automation you could do with a skateboard. These are laid up, 4 on top of each other in a cold press. And every curve is different. From 1 to 4, everything changes. So there's no precision in manufacturing the board. And I talk about this because in wood products, especially when every piece is different, it's very hard to have the automation and the innovation. The innovation came in the cutting process and some in the finishing process. What happened though, as the economy became more globally entrenched, Tony Hawk of Birdhouse Industries took the domestic skateboard market to China. And that was back in the late 90s, I should say. The board we happened to make in the late 90s, we made 25,000 of these for Mountain Dew as a co-branded product that they gave away to consumers. And when Tony took the market over, Santa Cruz was the last to go, domestic skateboard-wise. But what happened at that point in time, they actually cut the trees out of northern Wisconsin and maple. They put them on a ship, they took them to China, and they made skateboards at pennies on the dollar, what we could do here in this country. And they brought the finished goods back. And one of the challenges of manufacture, obviously, in the global economy, especially in a commodity market like this, is that you're in manufacturing, you don't know what you don't know. My mom and dad had no idea. I didn't have any idea what was coming in the global economy. And I talk about this, and I use this for as a lesson to me because I learned a lot. And I share this because innovation and committing to your product and your team and your company, you have to be launching out, and we want to help. That's part of our role at the Chamber in the business partners that you have here, is that we're watching out what's coming, what's next. What's that competitive disruption that could conceivably put you out of business? One of the hardest things that I and my wife had to do was close down the family company. And, but I embraced that as a learning opportunity. It's what drives me. And for what I want for the manufacturing community here is that keep pushing forward on innovation, automation, the things that you have to do to have precision marketplace, investing into your workforce. And so I just wanted to set that tail because it's going to set the context a little bit about where we're heading with this program tonight.
So Holly mentioned some of the statistics. Let's dive a little bit deeper. Holly talked about the state of Wisconsin manufacturing. Marathon County, and Derek, thank you for the EMSI, Economic Modeling Specialists Incorporated.
The model that you're seeing here, this is data from EMSI. It demonstrates to you in manufacturing in Marathon County. We're at about 16,500 jobs here in this county. Gross regional product. Holly talked about the gross domestic product of the state of Wisconsin. This is actually the gross regional product for manufacturing, the dollars brought in. About $1.8 billion just here in this community, Greater Marathon County. And you compare it to the finance, insurance, healthcare, and social assistance. What's so important about this is the goods that are created here, the value that's added here, are sent out of the community, and the dollars are brought in. It's the imperative nature of manufacturing where those dollars come in and they get spent through the communities, put into your banks, services that you offer. Earnings per worker, we need to get in the utility business. But if you go down, you see manufacturing. So how does this dollar figure come up? It's over $60,000. You take the highest paid CEO, you take the lowest paid entry-level employee, you take all those dollars, and you divide all the people by those dollars, and that's the average. So this is not to say that you go back to your shops and say, I should be making $60,000. That's not how that number comes to be. It's from the highest paid position to the lowest paid position, accumulated dollars divided by people. Marathon County industry growth, from 2013 to 2018, it's grown 10%. This location quotient is right here down the middle. 2.72 means that we are nearly 3 times more competitive than the nation in manufacturing in this county. We're really good at it. We make stuff. There's the wage, GRP, kind of gives you an encapsulation. So that takes it down to the level why manufacturing is so relevant. Our keynote's going to share some things tonight with you that will help us all move forward in terms of a body of knowledge that he'll introduce. But what I want to do is share this with you because many of you have not seen this before. In the recent months since March, we just completed the Greater Wausau Region Economic Development Strategic Plan. And in the plan, why the plan? Because as we have been moving in the past 5 years, we've not had a cogent economic development strategy. How are we going to grow and sustain manufacturing? How are we going to develop innovative ecosystems that support all of our businesses here? We had no plan. Basically on hope and prayer that things would happen to fall our way. So over the course of the last 18 months getting to this point, we've been engaged with business and industry foundations
to set a course to develop an economic development plan. And it was completed in March. And why essential? The state of Wisconsin, as you look at it here, I'm going to step over here. We're there. We're an island, Wausau. From Green Bay to Milwaukee to Madison, up to La Crosse and across to Minneapolis, St. Paul, is a very competitive marketplace, which also has manufacturing. But there's a level of vibrancy happening in those communities that aren't necessarily happening here yet. We're losing talent to a lot of those different communities. I call it the crescent. And so for this plan really to be in front of us, to help us set a vision, to support manufacturing, healthcare, finance, insurance, commercial services, professional services. Those are our driving economic sectors in Marathon County. That's why it's essential, because without a plan to grow businesses, a plan to attract and develop talent and retain talent, we will lose big. And so what we want to talk about tonight is, I just want to introduce this to you briefly, and then I'm going to turn it over to our keynote. So the plan really has 4 things in it. The Greater Wausau Prosperity Partnership is a new economic development organization for the 21st century knowledge economy. I've been doing this work for over a decade, and I could say to you 10 years ago, it was all about the money. Economic development today is all about the people. It's all about talent. It's all about developing talent, keeping talent, developing a culture in your company for talent. The Greater Wausau Prosperity Partnership is an economic development structure. It's business-led, business-driven, with business leaders at the top moving it forward with support from education, nonprofits, economic development organizations. Some of you are in the room here tonight, education leaders, K-12, post-secondary. 3 goals: talent, innovative companies, and placemaking. Talent is number 1. There's 31 tactics in this plan. 16 of the tactics recommended by TIP Strategies, who came from Austin, Texas to help us deliver this, land in talent. So over half the tactics in the plan are focused in talent. 8 tactics fall in innovative companies. What's that mean? Right now, we do not have an innovation ecosystem to support the growth of manufacturing sector of which you deserve, which you must have. It's critically imperative. Other communities have it, are building it. We have to do the same. Placemaking. Are we creating the place where people want to live, where people want to bring their families, where people want to stay, to work in companies that are innovative and growing, and providing opportunities for talent to be part of those companies? They all fit together, and that's why the Venn diagram. The things we have to do as a community is to work optimally to land in that middle. And we're working down that pathway with the Prosperity Partnership. Brian, you've got the plans, right?
Yes.
And they're out there?
Yep.
Right. Didn't want to give them to you now because you'd be sitting there looking at them. So when you leave, grab a plan. Take a look at it. See how it impacts you. It's a community effort. It's not just a few people doing this. This is a big, heavy lift. The imperative nature, developing and sustaining an innovation ecosystem for our future success. I've had the opportunity since August 12th, to work with our keynote speaker and have gotten to know him very well in his commitment to manufacturing as well. Many of you know him. Many of you know of his history in the state of Wisconsin. So at this time, it's my pleasure to welcome Dr. Bob Meyer, Chancellor Emeritus from University of Wisconsin-Stout. In Bob's career, he spent time as a machinist, a tech ed instructor at a public school, a college professor, and president of a technical college. This evening, Bob will share his thoughts on the future of manufacturing. Chancellor.
Well, good evening, everybody. And thank you. And the first thing I want to do is congratulate all the nominees tonight. We've got, I know, some terrific manufacturing excellence seated right out in front of us. So it is really an honor for me to be here to be part of tonight's event and to keynote and talk a little bit about the partnership that David referenced. And I think some solutions that we're working on together that can help the manufacturing community. He mentioned the strategic plan. One of the reasons I'm involved, by the way, I retired officially August 18th as Chancellor of the University, and now I'm a Chancellor Emeriti. What that means is I get to pick my projects now and not have to worry about some of the day-to-day things that a Chancellor has to think about. But one of the reasons why I'm involved with this particular project is I read this strategic plan, and I think it's very thorough. I've seen a lot. I've been involved with a lot of communities and a lot of strategic planning, and I think the three items that you see on that Venn diagram that David showed you are some of the key things that really need to be addressed by the community to be successful. So I'm very attracted to the project, and I think there's great potential with it, so I'm really happy to be here. I'd start off by asking you a question. And that is, how many of you can remember the battle cry, innovate, automate, or evaporate? You heard that before? Raise your hand if you have. Help me out here. All right, when did you start hearing that? Remember? Just blurt it out. It's a long time, right? It's been around for a long time. Actually, that battle cry happened in the 1980s. I was just starting as a faculty member. David mentioned that I've been a faculty member, been a teacher for a while, always somewhere related to manufacturing. And it happened in the 1980s and the 1990s, about the time that Japan was overtaking the auto market. And they got to the point where they made 13 million automobiles in a year. And started smoking us on that. They did it with innovation and automation, producing high-quality cars at a lower price than the counterparts that they had here in the U.S. And we had to catch up or evaporate. Automation, and specifically reprogrammable automation, allowed the Japanese to produce higher quality products in smaller lots and eventually just in time in lots of one. Or when the customer wanted it. And they were able to offer it in a lot of different varieties, so they had the ability to change over from product to product. David mentioned how hard that is in the business of making skateboards, but we had to figure out how to do that and do that for the customer. The battle cry, innovate, automate, or evaporate, still holds true today, not just to produce a higher quality product at a competitive price as quickly as possible, but also because the product can be made with less human involvement. Why is less human involvement important? Anyone want to guess? You know the answer. It's hard to get talent, right? Hard to find the talent, hard to hire the talent. The workforce is shrinking. Right after 9/11, this doesn't fit the motif of my other slides. That's because for a while I was involved with a group called Manufacturing Works. We also called ourselves Gold Collar Careers. I think Lori remembers that. And we had a gentleman named Dan Conroy, who was HR director at Nexen Industries in Webster, Wisconsin, myself, and Steve Machad from Chippewa Valley Tech College. We were all having a crisis. Nexen couldn't find graduates out of the skilled trades coming out of CVTC. I couldn't get students in our manufacturing engineering program. This is right after 9/11 when we had a recession, a downturn. And it was pretty evident that everybody thought that manufacturing was moving offshore, which wasn't the case. So we went on a big campaign to try to promote manufacturing. We successfully kind of turned around our recruitment activities. But this is a slide that I used probably close to 20 years ago, which shows where the demographics were moving. The nation's rapid birth rate after World War II from 1946 to 1964 became known as the baby boom. You all know that. There were 77 baby boomers. I was one of them that in that time were born. There are roughly 70 million baby boomers alive today, but every 8 seconds one of us retires, and I just did. And the problem is that if you look at this graph, the number of high school students that are coming in, 18-year-olds, that's the black line on the graph, that's going down, and it's going to go down for a while before it recovers. So if you look at that demographic, it's pretty clear that we've got a talent crisis that we're dealing with. Last week I heard on the news that 39 of 50 states reported significant talent shortages. That didn't surprise me. Actually, it did a little bit. I was surprised that it wasn't 50 out of 50 states. So there is some good news, though. So there is a continuing need to innovate or automate. Not only do we need to make more with less, but we need to design systems that make more with less people, because we simply don't have them. That's the reality. There's also a need to align our education systems to meet these needs. I can't afford to offer programming, for example, that doesn't meet the needs of employers. It's a waste of resource. Lori can't do it either at NTC. And Lori, by the way, I stole her model of strategic planning when I went to WITC, because she's very, very responsive to the needs of local employers. She listens very carefully, and that's a model. So that's how you align the needs of the education system to the needs of employers. And we have to create graduates that can design, run, and maintain these automated systems. And that's what I think we're talking about for a possible center of excellence. Recent research by the Manufacturing Institute and Deloitte predicts that there could be as many as 2 million unfilled manufacturing jobs by 2025, up from initial estimates of 600,000. So this is a real issue for us, and we have to look for solutions. So what's one of the solutions? You've probably heard about Industry 4.0. The term Industry 4.0 is a reference to the fourth industrial revolution. It was initially coined by Germany to express the rapid technological change going on in manufacturing. Elements of Industry 4.0 include smart automation and robotics, integrated manufacturing technologies, reprogrammable and flexible manufacturing, and the use of the Internet of Things, as well as additive manufacturing and other emerging technologies, including artificial intelligence. Now, in another life, several years ago, I used to teach robotics in the 1980s and 90s. We used to create a safety curtain or a light curtain around the robot. And a lot of times you probably saw robots operating alone in isolation. That's not the case anymore. We now have collaborative robots that you can buy. They've become much more sophisticated, as have the control systems. So instead of spending our energy now as manufacturing engineers designing systems to prevent people from going into the envelope of the robot, they can sense that you're there and work with you, side by side with human workers. So that's a change. The technology has really advanced since I've taught, and that's what I find really compelling. There's some really neat solutions out there. In addition, if you look at programmable logic controllers that control these systems and keep the parts moving through them and sensing them and knowing when a part needs to be moved, they've become easier to program, and they're more capable in terms of their communication upward and downward, to and from an enterprise resource planning system. Those are some great opportunities for us as we look at designing manufacturing systems. In the broadest sense, the Internet of Things, which is one of the components of the Industry 4.0, is a system of interrelated computing devices, mechanical and digital machines, and the ability to transfer data over a network without human-to-human or human-to-computer interaction. A key advantage of IoT, sometimes it's IoTT, IIoT, industrial Internet of Things. It has the potential to improve quality, reduce costs, improve productivity, and manage complex supply chains and global enterprises with less reliance on human interaction. That's the air moving system, by the way. Does anyone make bearings in here? I think that one needs a bearing. Think of convergence, the convergence taking place on your smartphone. That's really what's happening in manufacturing technology. It seems you can do almost anything on a smartphone right now, right? How many of you have seen the advertisement where the parents are out eating dinner and the kids playing with their phone and the lights are going on and off at home, remotely controlled by the kid? That's essentially what you can do with the Internet of Things. Now apply that to the manufacturing environment. You can now enter an order anywhere in the world, have it launched on the shop floor anywhere in the world, and then deliver it anywhere in the world with the Internet of Things. That's pretty powerful. So I want to talk about a model that we're working on with GWPP, the Greater Wausau Prosperity Partnership. We want to do at least one center of excellence, maybe more than one. And there isn't anything defined yet, but pulling out of that strategic plan, some of the neat stuff that's in there is Initiative 1.4, doing a higher education expansion, growing the higher education base in the Wausau area. That includes bringing Stout in and bringing some of the assets that we can help you with, but also using the assets of NTC and UW-Stevens Point. Strategy 1.42 is to launch one or more centers of excellence, and we want to focus that on specialized training and research. Initiative 2.1 involves tech growth and entrepreneurship, encouraging supply chain innovation, upstream technology development, and the formation of new businesses driven by the region's existing industries. Initiative 2.2 targets industry recruitment and expansion, pursuing small and mid-sized recruitment targets to support existing industries. These are just a couple of the strategies in that big plan that I talked about. So, David, they're going to get a copy of that plan. Is David around? Yeah, they're going to get you a copy of this. I would really encourage you to read it. It is good reading. It's exciting stuff to look at. So what might a center of excellence look like here? It could be many things, and there probably will be many different centers of excellence. But as David mentioned, we want to focus our energies on something that will help area manufacturers. So a proposed center of excellence could meet several objectives, including that Initiative 1.4 of higher education expansion and partnership, engaging NTC and regional universities to a deeper level together, advancing specialized training, research, and technology transfer, aligning our educational systems to the needs of area employers. These are some big ideas, some big goals. Engaging employers and providing support for the growth of key industry segments. The important thing to realize is that we're just in the discussion stages right now on this, and this is a work in progress. So you have an opportunity to make an impact on what this ends up being. Some possible useful elements would be, some of the things that we'd like to include in that include advanced manufacturing technology. NTC is excellent at this. Advanced manufacturing engineering. Stout is able to deliver that. We have an ABET accredited program in advanced manufacturing engineering. We can engage UW-Stevens Point in the engineering science that's required for that. Also using our technology transfer program and technical assistance that we offer to manufacturers through UW-Stout's Discovery Center and partnering institutions. And I should mention that all of this has the support of UW System President Cross. He's very excited about this. Let's talk a little bit about UW-Stout's manufacturing engineering program. It is based on Industry 4.0 and the Internet of Things. Graduates are adept at designing state-of-the-art manufacturing systems, Bringing UW Stout's program to the Center of Excellence would require vital support also from UW-Stevens Point. We'll need general education, math, science, and engineering science from UW-Stevens Point, and they're ready to help us with that. UW-Stout would provide additional engineering science, engineering design, and capstone engineering design coursework involving your projects from your plants. We're going to need those problems for our students to work on. And of course, I mentioned it is ABET accredited. Okay, next slide. Thank you. I want to mention too that our area technical colleges and UW-Stout are engaged with the Smart Automation Certification Alliance. This is something worth looking up. The acronym for that is SACA. You can find more information about this at saca.org. SACA really has 3 layers of certifications that they're identifying. This is good because they're setting standards on what students need to learn, whether it's at the technical college level or the university level. The associate certifications 1 through 4 and the specialist certifications level 1 and 2 are going to be things that the students learn at North Central Tech College. They have a very, very big role in this. The last level is less defined by SACA. It's the professional level, they call it. I have a problem with that terminology, by the way, because I think the first 2 levels are very professional. So I wish they would have picked something else, like engineering level or something. Because I am an old tech college president, and the skills that the students are learning at the technical colleges are vitally important. In fact, about 60 to 70% of the jobs that are out there are going to be technical college jobs. And so those are very important professionals. But SACA does not have a well-defined level yet for engineers and manufacturing engineers. And Stout is involved with this project with SACA to make that definition happen. So a Center of Excellence here will really help us because we can illuminate what those learning objectives look like. I mentioned too that I think it's important for the center to involve the outreach that's available from UW-Stout's Discovery Center and the Stout Manufacturing Outreach Center. UW-Stevens Point, by the way, will be hosting the Stout Manufacturing Center in the months ahead. We're really excited about that. Some of the services that the MOC provides includes value stream mapping, lean implementation, constraint management, risk management, leadership for change and team building, expanding your exporting capabilities, technology development, CEO peer counseling, partner services as well. UW-Stevens Point is launching programming and data analytics that will fit very nicely in what we can offer there. So we're really excited about amplifying some of the things that we do with the Stout Manufacturing Outreach Center. I'm not going to talk through this. This is the Interact model that the Stout Manufacturing Engineering program works. It's a very deliberate model. What I will comment on here is that what the MOC likes to do with almost everybody that we work with are small manufacturers. The MOC gets funding from a federal source, the NIST, National Institute of Standards MEP program. About 1/3 of the funding for the services provided come from NIST MEP. About 1/3 comes from the state through WEDC, WEDC, and about 1/3 is coming from client fees that are paid. So think about that. You're essentially getting consulting services for about 1/3 of the cost of what a larger company might pay for those, and that's the real advantage. This program is focused on helping small manufacturers, and that's predominantly what it does. 2 of our engineers from the MOC are here today. I'm going to ask them to stand up. Bill Amsrud, where are you, Bill? There's Bill, and Kevin Thiel is here too, I think. There's Kevin. Thank you, guys. If you don't know Bill or Kevin, you should get to know them because they can help you out. They can put a plan together that can save you a lot of money or eliminate a lot of waste so you can reposition your resources and afford the automation you're going to need for Industry 4.0. That's how we work with our clients. So I'd like to start there. It's not like the MOC hasn't worked in the Wausau area in the past. We want to just amplify what we're doing here. These are a couple of our success stories. On the far left, Schofield Enterprises has used the MOC. They make high-quality electrical harnesses, and they installed, I think with Kevin's help, right, you're the project manager on this, a quality management system to meet ISO standards. And they did very well on that. The middle panel shows Worth Company from Stevens Point. They make fishing lure components and key rings and other stampings, high-quality stampings. They did a lean transformation at their plant and reduced their key setups by 60%, reduced their lead time on customer specials by 75%, and they reinvested their savings, about $50,000 into capital improvements. That's how it works. That's good stuff. GPI Corporation, the panel on the right side on this slide, needed precision hole cutting on fiberglass tanks. That's what they make. The MOC suggested 9 solutions to that and ended up recommending a water jet system that will reduce their cutting time by almost 90%. And it will also allow them to cut a variety of hole sizes and shapes. So those are the types of things that the Discovery Center can do. So we're going to bring that to the Center of Excellence and really try to amplify what's happening in terms of our impact on Wausau. And speaking of impact, because we are NIST funded for the Discovery Center, they require that every client gets surveyed by an independent survey house. So we can't fudge the numbers or anything like that. The independent survey house will contact the client and determine what kind of impact the MOC has had with them. On a typical year, we will return on the investment of federal, state, and client dollars at least 25 to 1, and typically around 30 to 50 to 1 on that. Since its inception, the Manufacturing Outreach Center has client-reported impacts from surveys exceeding $829 million and has created or saved over 5,800 jobs. So this is for real. It really helps. Okay, that's essentially my last slide. You can go to this one. But we're really excited about this potential partnership. We think we can really help the Wausau area by working together with North Central Tech College, UW Stevens Point, and area employers to make some good stuff happen here. So that's my keynote. I think there's a lot of hope to be had here. It's a very challenging world, but there's some great solutions that are out there. Let's put them to work. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave and Bob, for your presentations. Now this evening, we will recognize 6 of those manufacturers in the greater Wausau region who have demonstrated excellence in their contributions to growing the region's economy, operations, innovation, workplace culture, quality jobs, supply chain management, and their commitment to the region. Combined, these 6 manufacturers represent 315 years in business, and they contribute a large number of jobs to the greater Wausau region. I think that deserves a round of applause. Though we are here to recognize the 2019 finalists and recipients, I want to take the time to recognize and celebrate 3 years of past recipients by asking all past Manufacturing Excellence Awards recipients to please stand and remain standing when your business name is called. Domtar, Gambert Johnson, Greenheck, J&D Tube Benders, Line Tech, and Newski Applewood Smoked Meats. Let's give them a round of applause. You may be seated. Congratulations to all the past recipients. Now on to the awards. Jason Lewandowski of Gambert Johnson will announce this year's recipient in the small to medium-sized manufacturers category, which include 299 employees or less. Gambert Johnson was a recipient in this category last year.
Thank you, Holly. Deja vu, wow, a year goes by really, really fast. So, thank you, Dr. Meyer, for the keynote. A lot of those slides in the presentation really hit home, really close to home. Since I was here last year, Gamber Johnson has heavily invested into innovation and technology, several new 3D printers, a lot investment in collaborative robots. We actually implemented recently 3 collaborative robots that are working right next to our employees, helping us really compete on a global scale. So that was great to see. We were honored last year to receive this award, and given the caliber of the other companies, it was a true honor. And again, looking at the list again this year, the list is outstanding. So let's take a look at the finalists in the small to medium-sized manufacturing category.
The Manufacturing Excellence Award finalists in the small to medium manufacturers category employ less than 300. COLBY Metal Inc. takes pride in operating a community-focused and socially responsible manufacturing operation. Founded in 1986 as a metal furniture company, the business has since evolved into a comprehensive contract metal fabrication shop that produces components for numerous industries, with a focus on providing superior customer service. COLBY Metal Inc. contributes to the region's economy through their procurement process, which is focused on using local vendors first. The business's supply chain is managed with 4 foundational elements: purchasing, production, logistics, and processing or collaboration between partners. The business uses a resource reclaim program to recycle as much of their customers' packaging and shipping supplies as possible. COLBY Metal Inc.'s success is driven by their greatest asset, their employees. They believe in investing and developing great employees and allow their staff to take part in business decisions through monthly meetings. Because of the company's close connection to the community, they have a strong desire to ensure the area is an even better place to live for future generations. Founded in Merrill in 2015, Freemark Innovations Inc. engineers and fabricates custom architectural framing systems that are leading the fenestration industry in thermal performance. The company has developed a patented, tested framing system that provides unparalleled performance. This system includes a process which completely encases the metal with a fiberglass pultrusion, which does not allow any heat or cold to transfer from the outside to the inside of the frame. This gives architects the freedom to design without negatively impacting thermal performance. Freemark contributes to their region's economy by working with local and regional vendors and is participating in a school-to-career partnership program. The business collaborates with the Manufacturing Outreach Center for Automation, Lean Principles, Quality, Sustainability, and other efficiencies, and is on track for ISO certification in 2020. Freemark Innovations cares about its employees. To help create a healthier and more productive workforce, they offer employees monthly on-site medical services. Lemke Industrial Machine, LLC has been in operation for 46 years and manufactures machinery and operating equipment for locks, dams, and movable bridges. Formed as a small general-purpose machine shop, they have grown into a recognized leader in the dam gate hoist market and are uniquely qualified to design, engineer, fabricate, assemble, and test in virtually every size, style, and configuration. They supply all of the machinery that enables drawbridges and swing and lift bridges to move. The company supplies machinery and operating equipment to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and the Bureau of Reclamation. Additionally, they provide custom machining services for large complex castings, forgings, and weldings. Lemke Industrial Machine contributes to the region by working with local suppliers. To aid in efficiency, the business has created a program that allows them to meet the strict requirements of the Department of Transportation in various states, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, and the nation's largest and most prestigious utilities. The business is involved in the Central Wisconsin Metal Manufacturers Alliance and is involved in the local heavy metal tour and efforts to share the program nationally. Nelson Miller is an industry-leading engineering, designing, and manufacturing group. Through the company's 115 years of experience, they have become the most capable global supplier of membrane switches, silicone rubber keypads, graphic overlays, metal nameplates, capacitive switches, light guides, modules, turnkey assemblies, and custom applications. The company's mission has always been to be the most respected provider in the markets served, consistently delivering solutions that yield exceptional value. They utilize local vendors whenever possible, with all suppliers required to pass through a review process, which is continuously monitored to ensure quality standards. In 2017, the facility implemented a new system which provides the team with more resources to effectively process, track, and manage orders. This, combined with already established procedures, allows the company to provide competitive lead times, quality products, and excellent customer service. In the ever-changing world of technology, Nelson Miller provides education reimbursement and advancement opportunities within the company, allowing the company to attract and retain talent. For 10 years, TC Teardrops LLC has been a small, family-owned and operated manufacturing company which builds custom camping trailers in the traditional teardrop style of the 1930s, with a few modern twists. They sell factory direct to their customers, which helps keep their product both customizable and affordable. The company also sells trailer parts to individuals and other small builders. The business contributes to the region's economy by making a conscious decision to support other local small businesses and has managed to source a great deal of their parts locally. The company has grown from a 2-stall home garage to an innovative 5,000 square foot manufacturing shop with state-of-the-art equipment. TC Teardrops is continually innovating based on feedback and requests from customers. The business offers its employees TC time off, which is additional paid time off that does not count against their vacation. The company enjoys sponsoring local events, raising funds for several outdoor clubs in the area, donating time, materials, and parts. They have also worked with Wausau West and North Central Technical College apprenticeship programs.
I'd like to recognize all the finalists in the small to medium-sized manufacturers category. As I say each business name, would the representatives from each company please stand, and ask that you remain standing and that attendees hold their applause until all names have been read. COLBY Metal Inc. Freemark Innovations Inc. Lemke Industrial Machine LLC. Nelson Miller. And TC Teardrops LLC. Let's give them a round of applause. And please note the award recipients have not been notified in advance. All finalists have been asked to prepare a few remarks in the event that they are selected as the recipient. When the recipient is announced, please head to the stage. Now the time has come to announce the first recipient, and Jason is with me to help present the award. So the recipient of the 2019 Manufacturing Excellence Award in the small to medium-sized manufacturers category is...
No drum roll? Come on. COLBY Metal.
Wow. I've been up here a couple times in the last 3 years, and I'm telling you, it doesn't get old. That's for sure. There's a few shout-outs that I have to give. One of them's to Leonard Nimshoff. I know he's looking down on us, and without him, none of this would happen. He's the one that started COLBY Metal, and I thank him every day that I come to work for the past 33 years. And I also got to thank Mark Nimshoff, his son. Okay, he's the one that trusted all of us, trusted all the employees at COLBY Metal, okay, in believing in us, and also believing in me and Darla, in handing over the keys to us a couple years ago as we purchased a building from him and the business. But most of all, I need to thank all the employees, past and present, and any future employees, because this truly means a lot to me and to Darla, and I want to thank the COLBY Metal team. I want to thank Travis, our daughter, Kai. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you all.
And congratulations to COLBY on that. Now into the large manufacturers category. Dave Fawcett of Domtar will announce this year's recipient in the large size manufacturers category, which includes 300 or more employees. Domtar was the recipient in this category last year.
Okay, thank you, Holly, and good evening, everyone. I made a rather loud approach to the stage here. I need to apologize. On my way stopping home from work to grab my black dress shoes, my 6-month-old yellow lab greeted me at the door with one of my shoes, which is no longer usable. So you get the steel toes tonight, so I apologize if I'm thumping. So Holly had started out the ceremony with celebrate and promote industry, and I think what a great environment, what a great event, and to highlight the career opportunities and the job opportunities that we provide for the people in this region is really something special to be a part of. And thank you to the Wausau Chamber of Commerce and the sponsors of the event tonight. So last year, Domtar was really honored to be recognized for the large manufacturer of the year. We had a couple of years of some pretty fun competition, and in particular, I'm thinking of Wausau Tile, which I don't see anybody here tonight, but interestingly enough, we had some friendly banter back and forth, and we are part of the Adopt a Highway cleanup. Domtar is in part in front of the Wausau Tile office, and they had said the next time we see you there, we're going to call the police that you're trespassing. So all in good fun, and we had some good laughs afterwards. But congrats to all the nominees for tonight. It truly is a great honor, and to see the energy when you're announced as the winner, it's pretty special. And one other comment, Dave, regarding the maple in northern Wisconsin, I can assure you that Domtar is putting that maple to good use, so it's not left standing. So with that, let's look forward to the large manufacturer recipient for 2019.
The Manufacturing Excellence Award finalists in the large manufacturers category employ more than 300. Celebrating its 90th year in business, 3M is the market leader in the manufacturing of roofing granules. The company mines, crushes, screens, and coats rock for use as a key component in asphalt shingles. The granules made locally are part of effective and beautiful roofing materials seen on millions of homes throughout the country. The Wausau facility, which originally manufactured grit for sandpaper, is the oldest operating manufacturing facility in the world for 3M. The company has an active Lean Six Sigma program and holds an ISO 9001 quality certification and ISO 14001 environmental certification. The company purchases, leases, and services equipment through local suppliers and contracts locally for large mechanical, electrical, machining, environmental, and safety projects. 3M encourages curiosity, innovation, and volunteerism among its employees. There are 5 reasons staff loves working at the company: making a difference in the world, being part of a leading company, working with the best and brightest, growth through challenging work, and being rewarded for effort.
And I'd like to recognize 3M as the finalist in the large manufacturers category. Would the representatives from 3M please stand? Let's give them a round of applause. And the time has come to honor the second recipient. I ask that Dave step forward once again to join me in presenting the award. And the recipient of the 2019 Manufacturing Excellence Award in the large manufacturers category is, of course, 3M.
Well, thank you. I can't say it was totally unexpected, and it's going to be very hard to pull a COLBY medal as far as the remarks. So I got like 10 note cards here, but you can rest easy because I'm from manufacturing and not from marketing. So I'll be concise and I'll be very brief. So first off, thanks to the Chamber for honoring us. I think this is a great accomplishment. I wish we could get all our 156 employees up here, but we got a good representative of them tonight. So thanks to the chamber. I would like to call out a couple of people. We got Angel Toro with us that helped us with the nomination process, and Marty Bretlaw, who helped us as well. So thanks to them, we got a really good submission that went in, and we're glad that we're recognized for that. I can tell you that I am the least deserving person up here to get this award, or actually represent 3M in general. I'm new to the Wausau area. I've only been in the area, less than a couple of months. I've actually worked with 3M for a long time, and I come from the posted manufacturing plant, so not a small operation. I can tell you that I have been extremely impressed with not only the area here in Wausau, but the employees. This is a real manufacturing town. I've been in a lot of places with 3M. I don't know that I've been, in quite the manufacturing area that I see here. You guys are mostly for manufacturing. Take pride in your area. I mean, I have seen no better area, and I've been all over the U.S. and in a lot of parts of the world. So I'm very impressed. So a couple of things here. So this is a great honor, but the biggest honors that we had this year was the 90 years that we celebrated. It's very hard to be in business for 90 years. If you didn't hear about it, we threw a big party downtown Wausau. I hope some of you were able to make it. We actually toured our quarry. We had bus tours of the quarry, so if you want to wait another 10 years, maybe you'll get another chance. So one last thing here, I just wanted to do a call out. 3M is a great company. The Wausau team is wonderful. I've been nothing but impressed again, smiling. So one call out to actually Fox is showing the World Series tonight. It's Astros versus the Nationals. I'm partial to the Astros. But the reason that that's special for us is because 3M is actually doing their new campaign tonight. And the campaign is called Improving Lives. And you heard what the narrator said about 3M. And we all work for 3M to improve lives. That is true. That is one thing, I've worked with 3M almost 30 years now, and that's always been true. We improve lives. And that's what we get up and try to do every single day. So thank you all. Really appreciate it. And boy, it's been a great year so far. Thank you.
Congratulations to both recipients and to all of our finalists. All this evening's finalists submitted great applications and are deserving of being recognized for their achievements and contributions. We ask that the award recipients and their guests meet near the stage for photographs. And in closing, I would like to thank all of our sponsors once again for making this event possible. I would also like to extend an invitation to all of you to attend our 34th annual Athena Leadership Award Program on November 6th at Stony Creek Hotel and Conference Center right here. This event will be honoring 13 individuals for their professional excellence, community service, and for actively assisting women in their attainment of professional excellence and leadership skills. With that, I'd like to thank you all for attending this evening's event. Please leave your name tag at your table or drop it off at the door on your way out, and watch your email for a post-event survey. Have a safe drive home, everyone.